Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is my favorite day. It's new bike day. So we're going to cover in this video how to unpack your bike. You've been on the website, you've looked through all the bikes, you've purchased it, you've sat there watching the tracking painstakingly, and now this box has arrived. What to do with it now? We're going to cover everything from start to finish and get you rolling. Cool, so a few things that you're going to need for today. Scissors, some basic Allen keys, and if your bike's carbon, a torque wrench. Really important, you don't want to create any damage to any bikes here. First things first, we need to open the box. Watch out for your staples, they can catch on things. Please be careful with those. We're literally just going to fold everything open here. Get it open, get it ready. Now, I want to get this bike up into our work stand over here, but key thing that's missing is there is no seat post in this bike at the moment. So if we come have a look inside the box over here, we've got a seat post that's hidden down the side here. So we're going to grab this out and we're going to get it inside the seat tube there. Now, key thing with this bike, it's got Shimano DR2 group set on it. So the battery is inside the seat post. That's just a little bit sticking out the end here. And if we look on the bike here, we've got a little cable hanging out. Now this cable would have been taped to the top of the bike here so it doesn't fall back in, so you should be able to find it nice and easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, take this little bit of tape off. We want to make sure that that cable doesn't drop back in, so we're going to keep it nice and secure. And we are going to get this and plug this cable into the battery at the bottom here. And what we want to do, make sure nice solid click, nice and secure inside there. Cable secured. What do you do with this cable? Now the trick is to actually wind it up like this with the seat post, and you're going to twirl it in and get it to go down to that seat tube. Nice and gently just get it to start going in, and then you can push the rest in with seat post. Nice and slowly, you don't want to pinch any cables. If you feel it stopping, you're probably pinching something. Then, with one of our Allen keys, tighten this up here. Now, I'm not going to clamp this all the way down because you want to get that with the torque wrench, but we want to just make sure, nice and secure, it's going to hold the bike as we put it into the work stand. So, the way that we pack our bikes means at this point, you can lift this up by the seat post. The whole bike and everything's going to come with it. We're going to leave all this packaging on the floor everywhere, creates a massive mess. It's going to be awesome. Get the bike up into our work stand now. Nice and secure. Right, before I get rid of this box, I'm going to look down inside, and in here is a piece of paper in this insert. And what that means is there's actually something hiding underneath there. So if I pull that paper out, nice little paper bag waiting. It's a bit scrunched up at this point, but it means it's recyclable. And inside is my DR2 charger. Hold on to this. You are going to need it at some point, probably the next 1,000 to 2,000K. Charge up your bike, make sure it's running nice and smoothly. Scissors. First thing I'm going to do, get the wheel off and out the way. So what I want to be careful with here is I'm working close to the tires. I don't want to nick any of these tires and puncture them before I even get to ride. So just between the tires and the frame, you should find a nice little gap. Get the scissors in. Good solid clip. We'll do that 3 points. Another one back here. And last one down the bottom. Take this wheel, put it off to the side for now. Just going to leave it up against there. Now, next thing I'm going to do, going to get the bars off. Again, cable ties, careful between the hoods and the frame. Got to get in there. Nice clip. And again, down here, between the bars and the frame. Solid clip. Done with the scissors now, we can put those away. Cool, so we're just going to take the bars off nicely from here. Now we want to get your handlebars up on the stem. Your stem faceplate should be located on the stem. That means it's not going to be lying around the bottom there. So we're going to get these 4 bolts off, get the stem plates loose, and get the bars there into place. Cool. Stem plate off. Just going to place that over the bars like that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to line those up there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get these to essentially just start to thread it, just making sure they're in place, they're not going to fall out all over the place. Lightly do this for each of the 4 bolts. Just get them in contact there. Now they're all done, we'll tighten them up a bit. At this point, I'm not going to tighten them up all the way, and that is just because I can't check the exact rotation on the bars whilst it's up in the work stand. And this will also allow me just to, once I've got it on the floor, check exactly where I want the handlebars and the hoods and torque it down into place with the torque wrench. Cool. So that's in place. You can see, still got some movement on the bars, needs a little bit of force, but that's all in place now. Now, for this next part, because this bike has Shimano DR2 shifting, it has a junction box underneath the stem over here. Not all DR2 bikes have the junction box under the stem, but if yours does, this part's important for you. If your bike doesn't have any junction box under the stem, skip ahead, pick us up back later. So, with this junction box, this is connecting our shifting to our derailleurs at the back there. We're going to need to pick up these little cables, and there should be 3 of them, 1 from each shifter and 1 from the back going into the frame, and we're going to connect them all to the junction box. So Shimano make a tool for this to make your life a little bit easier, and it looks a little something like this. You'd use this end over here to put the cables in. You don't need this to put them in, but it can make your life a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you with and without the tool, and we're just going to go and connect these up. So we're going to take the right shifter wire, and we're just going to connect it in on the right side here in the junction box. And what we're looking for here is, as we're pushing it in, nice little click over there. Next one, the wire coming from the frame back down to shifting, and we're going to put that in the middle one. Just get that lined up, and again looking for that nice little click. You can also see now it's connected to the battery, so it's flashing and connecting everything up. Last one, I'm going to use the DR2 tool just to show you from the left shifter, slot it into that little slot there that's got on the wire, and again pushing it into place. Nice little click, all's connected. Now your shifting's all connected, bars are in place, bike's almost ready, but you got a lot of protection all over it. This is where you get like a kid on Christmas, rip it all off and see what's underneath. Now these ones I'm going to get sneaky, and if you undo your front axle, you should be able to just slide those off on that side and this side, because the brake will need to pull it down, put it off. I'm just going to slide that back into place for now. Right, so we've got the bike unwrapped, ready to go. Next thing, get the front wheel in. So if you've got a disc brake bike, you'll have a through axle that will be in place. Pull that out, get your wheel in place and get the axle back in. If you have a rim brake bike, you would have found that your front quick release would have been on the top tube of the bike. Get that into the wheel first, and then you can get your front wheel in place. So, quick spin, no brakes rubbing, good to go. I'm going to pump up the brakes, make sure they're working. We're all good on this one. Last thing to check, make sure I've connected all my wires properly and that all the shifting is working. Just run it through very quickly. Good to go. And this is where we are going to grab our torque wrench and just finish setting this up exactly how I need it for my position. So I've got my torque wrench, got the right size Allen key. I'm just going to check on here what the recommended torque setting is. And on this it says 6 Newton meters. So I'm just going to set the torque wrench up to 6. Before I torque this down, I'm going to set this to my saddle height. Let's imagine it's at the right height as it is. I'm going to check that my saddle is in line, so it is straight with the bike, and then I'm going to torque this down into place using the torque wrench. There we go, nice audible click there. Next one we're going to do is we are going to do the handlebars. So before we didn't torque them down and we didn't get them into place. Some of this is a little bit of personal preference, and some of it is also to do with the actual fit and position. So I'm going to check my hoods or how I like them, and I'm just going to line the bars up quickly first. And I'm going to actually get on the bike, have a feel. Hoods are there where I like them. My bars are in the right position. Again, I'm going to double check the recommended torque on these, and on this it's saying 5 Newton meters, so I'm going to reset the torque wrench down to 5. And again, I'm going to torque up these bolts. The 4 bolts I'm going to do in a specific pattern to torque them evenly. So we're going to start on one of the top ones, diagonally down across, back up the top, and diagonally down across, back up the top, and just work our way through that. So I've not done that one all the way because they're still quite loose. Diagonally down across, back up, diagonally down across, back up. Now I should get them down to spec, nicely torqued, diagonally down, torqued up, and then double check them all again. Right, now I've got the bike together, all my bolts there I put on are torqued down, hoods where I like them, pedals are nicely greased up and put into place, saddle's nice and straight how I want it at my height. This bike is ready to roll down the road and get kicking. Guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out a lot, and we'll see you in the next video.